Hey, it's Mr. Malte. Let's look at getting onto our Chromebooks for the very first time. So this is for like grade ones or students who've never been on. So got my Chromebook here, and before I even go and start worrying about typing and putting in my password, I really want us to look at the keyboard. Look, mine flips. Ha. So let's look at some of these keys that you might not know. Grade ones, I like to start with the numbers. So students, put your fingers over the number keys, number 1, and just say it with me. And you can do this, teachers, as many times as you need to. But so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Weird one, weird one. And there's one over here in the corner, super, super important. And I don't know if you can read what it says. Starts with a B. If someone can read, tell your teacher what that says. It's backspace. Super important key. When you make mistakes, you're going to press that backspace key. So that's super important. Tab, I wouldn't worry too much about. Look at this Q. Q is very sad because it has no little tail. It's just cut off. But we're going to go through again and just say it with me. We're going to start with Q, and we're going to go through the keys themselves. Ready? And Q, W, E, R, T, Y, U, I, O, P, weird one, weird one, weird one. Over here, ooh, there's a symbol. It's actually important. Search key. If you press that on a Chromebook, it pops up your apps launcher. So that's going to be an important key later on. Let's go. Ready? With A, S, D, F, funny looking G, H, J, K, L, weird one, weird one. Ooh, an important one starts with the letter E, and that's enter. So enter. When you're done typing, you can press enter. After you put your password in, you can press enter, and that'll get you rocking and rolling. Shift. Now, shift is a very important key, and you're going to use it right away. If you hold down shift and any other letter, that gives you a capital letter, right? So that's super important. So that shift key is important. Start with Z. Ready? Z, X, C, V, B, N, M. No, it's not really a weird one. This one's actually it's a little comma. It means you take a breath. And this one has a period on it. And this one you might recognize, there is a question mark. So that's good too. And hey, another shift key. Oh, there's some weird ones over here. Control. CTRL. Control. That's a control key. Does a lot of cool stuff. We're going to be using that fairly quickly. Control and Alt. This long one is a space bar. There's another Alt. Ooh, and look over here. Got some arrow keys. Ooh, rocking and rolling. So those are super important keys. Control and Alt, super important. The one at the top corner is also super important. That's the escape key. ESC. Escape gets you out of boxes. If something pops up, sometimes you can press escape and it'll get rid of it. Forward and back when you're on web pages. Refresh. If your computer's not working, is it a little half circle? Something's not loading, that refresh key can help you out. Then there's one that makes your window small. The switcher key shows you all the windows you have open. Dim, bright. Ooh, I bet you know what these ones do. No sound. Just a little bit of sound. Loud sound. And I'll have a lock over here. Some have different ones, and some of the keyboards are slightly different. You might have a power key there for some of the keyboards, but overall, that's how they are. So that's the keyboard. Teachers might want to do that a couple times with your students. Once you're ready, you might have to, like, maybe it fell asleep. You might have to close it and just open it back up. But go over that keyboard because you might not know those keys. In backspace, you are going to use and enter. You're going to use that right away. And you're going to get on there and down at the bottom. Once it loads, you're going to see if your teacher was super nice, they may have put you in already, and you might see your name in a list. You want to click that name. But if they didn't, that's perfectly okay. You can do it. We're going to press Add Person. When you press Add Person, boop, it's down at the bottom. A white box should pop up. And that's where you're going to put in your username. And hopefully your teacher has given you a card that has your username, maybe in one color, and your password in another color. And you're going to put in the username. So we're going to put it in, and it's usually your first name with your last initial and 4 numbers. So you start typing that in. There's never any spaces, so don't put spaces in. And then you're going to press the next key or that enter key that we just learned about. So go ahead, put in your username, press enter or next. It's right on the screen there, the little next button. And then the next screen is going to have your password. So I'm going to do that really quickly. Put that in. And I'm going to put in my password. Boom. And you may, if it's your very, very, very first time, you may get a white window that pops up. You might have to scroll with your 2 fingers to the bottom of it on your mouse pad and press an accept button or I agree. And anyway, you'll get on. Then when you're ready to rock and roll, you should have your Chromebook just on your home screen, ready to go. And then we'll get to our next little lesson.